Hey guys, over here, out on my balcony, just chilling today, not doing a whole lot on the internet. Giving you guys an update. Did a half an ETH in earnings today, so I want to show you guys kind of my progress here. So 0.41 of that was in CG Now, so 80% of my dividend earnings today were in CG Now. POW, 0.01, proof of weak hands 0.06, you total up maybe some of there's been some activity in ETH Phoenix locked in, but I'm not counting those volumes right now, but $350 a day, just under an ETH. By the time I check those accounts, it's going to be about an ETH. And so what I've been doing is pretty much just clearing those accounts out every day and just kind of documenting how much I'm making on them. And so I had mentioned the other day that I was kind of anticipating the volumes to be fairly high with CG Now, and looks like there's been an update to the website, so kind of interested to see so at least some developments like with these here. The ETH in the contract has dropped down quite a bit, but it's a little bit sleeker, simpler design, but not bad, like $300 on this. But my plan is to holding those coins and just seeing how much they provide in dividends over the next month. Take something pretty drastic like to get out of a contract like that because of the percentages. That's kind of one of the things I've mentioned, is it's kind of what you want in these contracts. You want to have the idea that you're going in and that you're going to be holding. And so even though, like we've seen, like POW has really come down in its volume in that contract and the balance, basically only making like $10, but it's still like, it's still something. There's just not a whole lot of activity right now. Everything's kind of dipping a little bit. It seems to me that proof of weak hands loses like roughly about 100 in ETH, it seems like, every day. Like now we're down to 57.80 in the contract. I've made 44 bucks. So, it's still like, as I mentioned, it's still enough to live here. Which ones are you in, Adventures? I know you're in CG Now. I believe you're in POW and Proof of Weak Hands. Thank you. POW and CG Now. So you're not in Proof of Weak Hands? I'm kind of curious, why. I know that I was sold for POW. You're seeing people kind of jumping around. Like right now, like I think the big thing that you're seeing is people are in POTJ, and so like these numbers yesterday were crazy. We'll take a look at this contract real quick. So on this advanced tab, kind of like this advanced tab, but there was the buy volume and the sell volume. This the other day was like 100 ETH in the last 24 hours to one sell. So there was just nothing but buys. Not, a whole lot of buys, and the contract has just really come up in its balance. Sitting at 338. This was in the 200s yesterday. So it's kind of progressively gone up. So like you're not going to always, these are contracts that are based on nothing, essentially. Like there's these are a little bit different in the term, like there's not like coins that are mined, like you don't have kind of energy intensive processes going in. Like these are just coins that are just kind of like created out of thin air in these Ethereum contracts. And so like you're seeing them go up and down a lot. Like you're seeing that with, you saw that with PoWH, you saw that with some of the earlier versions with ETH Phoenix and Locked In. You know, you saw that with POCG. You're seeing that a little bit with CG now, where basically it came up to like 180 in the contract at one point. Now it's come down to 100. And so like that honestly is my biggest hesitation right now with POTJ. That and the fact that I'm trying to stick to this plan and this, I want to try to stay consistent and within kind of like the guidelines that I set for myself for this month, and just document it for this month. Like maybe I'll do something different next month, but I don't know. Like this one, like I don't know, how this contract, like some of these other contracts that may be coming up that are new, that are coming into the space, are going to perform compared to ones that we've seen that have come way up and crashed, and that's been kind of like the storyline for most of these contracts. Now we're seeing proof of weak hands has kind of been like the Bitcoin in the smart contract space in terms of how much Ethereum is in that contract. There's no other contract that has over 1,000, and I think that might be a good like run up. Like if you're looking at it in terms of like which contract has the most potential to reach 1,000 ETH in the contract. I mean, if you would have asked me a week ago, or asked a lot of people a week ago, I think most people would have said PoWH. It was climbing and climbing. It was up to like, it got up really high. It got up at 800 or so, like, and it's come way down. So that is kind of the nature of these types of contracts based on, coins that, that are, just clones of, Bitcoin in a way. Let's take a look. Like, I want to look at something here. Before Ethereum came out, if we come into CoinMarketCap, for those of you guys that don't know, let me show this to you guys. You can get in here and you can get into historical snapshots. And so Ethereum came into the scene basically in 2015. I think it was like July of 2015 or so, and then really kind of came into the markets in August. So let's take the same time frame in 2015. So it's the 9th. Oops. Oh, jeez. I apologize. There goes my battery again. So we're going to take a historical snapshot. Let's do the 10th. So it's only a day off. So you can see Bitcoin, Ripple, Litecoin, Dash, Stellar, MadeSafe, so Dogecoin. It's really interesting to kind of look back in history and kind of see where these were. You could have bought Bitcoin for 241 bucks. But it was much higher than a lot of these other contracts. Dash was at $2. Litecoin is at $1.44. I mean, Ripple wasn't even a penny yet, and it's been up and over $1, several times in its recent history now. Stellar Lumens, very similar in kind of like the circulating supply, kind of the way it interacts, in the market. It's has a very low price. You can pick up a lot of coins. Same with Dogecoin, MadeSafe coin. So it's kind of interesting to kind of check into some of these older coins and whatnot because of kind of how those have done. I mean, for the most part, they've maintained their value. I mean, the only one in the top 10 that I don't really recognize is the one in the 10th position here, which is BanX. Let's take a look at that one. Comparing these a little bit, like it just dropped to nothing. Looks like, yeah. I mean, is it in any markets? It's no active markets, so it's essentially dead. So I don't know much about this project, but this is a cryptocurrency that was on the market from 2014 to 2016. So are some of these contracts going to be pretty much, dead, or they can drop to a very, very low amount in the balance? Let's take a look at, if we look at DApp Radar, I mean, there's, not all of these are probably the best examples, but you have a proof of Kenny coin with 0.3 ETH in it. Proof of Carlos Mantos, 0.47. Some of these older clones have just got like just barely any ETH in them. Like less than an ETH. So maybe we're due for a situation at some point where some of these like if we're looking at the smart contract space, like are some of these going to drop to like 1 ETH in the contract, where they're essentially there's nothing in there. These contracts are very different from altcoins. I think what I was trying to basically, I'm kind of trying to show that like you can't really compare the valuation, because the valuation is really held in those coins, and part of it is from like there's a lot more behind this. These contracts are just, they are once they're written and they're put on the Ethereum blockchain, they're forever essentially. And so the market is a lot different. But some of these contracts that we've seen have dropped to very low amounts. And is it something where they're going to basically become like relevant? Like one of the ones that we're already starting to see is the proof of Kraig Rank coin, which I just got out of not too long ago. Like that, I'm anticipating that balance is just going to keep dropping and keep dropping. So this Pierre Connect, I've been interested in this one because I've been watching Schizophrenia's videos. Looks like there was a lot of ETH in that contract, or I guess that's transactions. But this has been an interesting one. I know the reflection's probably not the greatest. I'm interested in this one. I think one of the problems that I had with this exchange was like, it's giving you a warning. If you come in here and you just simply want to buy, like let's say I want to buy 0.1 and I want to buy bonds, I click on the button and nothing happens. And so like that's my experience with the website right now, so I'm not really sure what's going on, and I haven't gotten past that. But I'd be willing to throw some money into this one. It looks interesting. Like I like the graphical layout of it. Like I like the guy that's behind it, that's online making YouTube videos. I like what he's doing, so I'm willing to invest in that project, but I'm not really sure how at this point. The main success factor is dependent on volume, which I guess you could say is true of a coin too. Yeah. Like, can we look at let's look at the historical, like, that's kind of one thing is like, it's difficult kind of to, like, you get a little bit of volume here on CoinMarketCap. Like if you're looking at the bottom here, you can see the volume down here. Like you can see, there's a few $1,000s, $10,000 at one point. But at least in the historical markets, like if we back up a little bit, I guess we can see the volume here. You can see the 24-hour volume, but that's pretty much it. And so like, these coins that were doing the most volume were all pretty much in the top 10. The coins that were doing the best were the ones that were doing volume. You're in and Pierre Connects, like how did you get in? Like how did you buy? I don't know, like I've been to the website like I want to say like 3 times, and like every time like I'm wondering if it's just me or if it's just my computer, but I'm willing to support that project for sure. Like any developer that's going to get on YouTube and be transparent about what he's doing with his project, like that's I want to support that. You have to use the Masternode to buy in? Okay. It's interesting that like the whole Masternode like referral system is really kind of like, it's been changing fast. Like there's been a lot of people that, like there's been some rumors and people like dropping comments and stuff on some of my older videos on some different things. And so like, I mean, I try to have an open mind with a lot of things. And so like, and I'm not quick to judge. Or at least I'm trying, you know, not to be quick to judge. So, like, I'm hearing like some different things about, you know, about that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess what I need to do, like, even if I'm doing, yeah, I just have to look into that, I guess. If you, if we were searching on YouTube, like I've been watching, he changed his name to Economist. I like what he's doing. And he posts a lot, like he posts a lot of really cool videos. But let me see, like, if I can, if he's got like his, like he's got the website, but he doesn't have like a Masternode link. Maybe Yogi? Let's see. I don't know if he's gonna have, let's try his latest one. Let's see, I have Pierre Connects. Okay, let's try this. .1, buy bonds. Nothing. So I don't know. It didn't work for me. I only have 3,000 bonds, but I don't miss a 6 of it. Yeah, I like his stuff. I don't watch all of them, but I try to catch in on some of the ones. Yeah, I only put 200 bucks in CG now and earned $60 in divs. That's 30% in 2 days. Like that's the thing, is like I've you know, I put in 1.4. Now I'm in a little bit of a different position because I'm an ambassador like on this particular smart contract. So I was given an opportunity to put in 1 ETH with the 7 YouTubers that were on there. And so like I think I was able to buy like 2,000 coins or so during that initial like phase. And then basically I put in another like half an ETH and then just started reinvesting. And that was when there was a lot of volume in the contract. Like I remember I got like I seemed like I got like $200 in like 10 minutes. And I just took all of it and I was just reinvesting. And I built that all the way up. I was like, okay, well, how high do I want to get this? I got it to about 4,000 in a day. And now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit there and I'm just gonna basically pull out. And in the last 2 days, I've made 1.16 ETH. And my initial investment was 1.44. So I'm on pace to get all of my initial seed capital back in this particular contract in 3 days. So that's pretty incredible. So, and then, because then the idea is that you're just going to hold and you're just going to take out dividends, whatever, you know, whatever it may be. You don't, like, I think one of the reasons like the contract really dipped is that people got in kind of with that initial ramp up and, you know, maybe decided to get out for whatever reason. I mean, it's like, it's 25% in, 25% out. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to get in unless you feel like you can time the top. So perhaps a lot of people that got in early cashed out at some point. Like I know Kraig had a decent amount of coins and then sold back and basically like lowered his status. Like if we come into, see if I can bring up some info on this. Yeah, just ride the wave. Internet's kind of running slow. It's still slow. Yeah, I wanted to bring up this chart because, like, if you looked at the history of the Kraig Rank now, like, it had a huge rise up, like, I think it was to like 120 or something. Then there was a huge sell-off, and then kind of a nice gradual rise all the way up to like 180 or so. And then you saw a huge sell-off and basically sell back to, you know, roughly about 100 where we're at right now. I mean, it's still a brand new contract. Getting in, like, later in some of these contracts, it can be a little bit difficult to get your initial seed capital back, and that's kind of like, that's I guess a fear that I have with getting into something like Proof of Ron James, because I feel like I kind of missed the boat on that one. And so like I'm trying to not like FOMO in and have that contract, you know, follow kind of what we've seen in with the history of a lot of these contracts. I mean, it's too early to say, you know, whether or not that's going to maintain its value or, you know, go up, go down. But I figure I'm going to give it some time. Stick with my plan that I had for this month, which was to take a third of my dividend earnings that I'm earning and using that to invest in, and as opposed to like just, you know, really getting into a lot of other coins. What's going on, Trey? Yeah, I said that for 3 nights straight. I don't know, man. Economist, I didn't know you were on here. Truce. Digital Cash, Ventures in Bitcoin. Just get a Masternode. That's what I should do. The exchange seems to glitch when you come from the home page. Using a Masternode works the best because it takes you directly to the exchange and boots it up properly. Okay. I think I got something, like, I don't know, like I was having some issues, like my MetaMask was crashing on my laptop. It seems to work a little bit differently. I want to get into my Ether wallet too. Like I want to learn a backup. So my girl that I've got over here, you guys can't see through the reflection. She's getting into my Ether wallet. That's what she has set up. The Vietnamese like my Ether wallet. Most of them are pretty familiar with that. They don't know MetaMask. Yeah, I do have to dry my clothes outside. It's a little different. Like they don't have dishwashers. Like dishwashers are unheard of in Asia. So it's kind of interesting, like the way that they've got this set up. Like, so the clothes you wash and you hang outside, and the dishes, when you do the dishes, I just actually learned this. You put them up here to dry. So this is the setup. See some plants? I gotta keep this plant alive. It's actually written into the lease. If the plant dies, I gotta buy a new one. Yeah, Asia's crazy. But this is actually pretty cool. What I like about this, I got some of my clothes hanging up, and it's on this like little double pulley system. And these are actually really common in Asia. So you have this handlebar, and you do like this. Oops, I'm tightening it up. And it's gonna lower it down. See that? So you lower it down. For all you short people, like I don't have to lower it down because I'm so tall. Like I can reach and touch these, you know, but like if I was Asian, I would have to bring these down. And so that's what they do. They do that like that. Like that. And then when you want to switch it, what you do, just pop that in, and you got the other one right here. How about that, huh? And like all of the people here, they got the same thing. Like all the people have like the same setup. And it's just like, it's very common here. Especially in these like, these like big projects that they're putting out. You can see like, zoom in a little bit. Like they're building an office retail there. That pool right there is like an epic pool. I was looking at getting an apartment in that one, but this pool right here is bigger. So, and it's got a view of the park, and it's right next to the park, so I like this spot a little bit better. But $813 a month. The retail building is really a SEC hater office. Smoke weed in Japan. Everything's kind of illegal in Asia, but at the same time, it's, you know, it's that they don't have the. It seems to me like the legal system is a little bit different and much more lenient. Like the U.S. is like insane. So, and I've had to deal with it, you know, a couple of times here. Like I don't have the same. It's a totally different mindset. Like Bitcoin is illegal. You can't accept payments in Bitcoin here in Vietnam. It's illegal. But if you get caught, you know, doing this illegal activity, it's like a $3,000 or $4,000 fine. Like it's not that much. So. Yeah, except in Dogecoin. Yeah, my lady friend. Time. I don't know. I'm pretty much just kind of laying back in the smart contract game. This is, you know, I'm just gonna wait things out, see what happens, see how it goes. Man, it's late for all you guys over there in the US. I'm gonna try to get and do these things a little bit earlier. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna do my live stream earlier because there's this park over here is just gorgeous. Like it's all landscaped like they do all this stuff. It's too hot. Like right now it's the middle of the day. Like I would be sweating bullets if I was out in that park right now. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a live stream tomorrow from that park. So be looking for that a little bit earlier. Yeah, I know it's super late in the US, especially for people on the East Coast. But all right, guys, appreciate you guys staying on. Yeah, I'll be getting on earlier tomorrow. Have a good one.